In this next lesson, we're going to look at the concept of arithmetic. Obviously, computers are very much based on arithmetic and maths and algebra and things like that, and logic. What we'll do is we'll look at the concept of arithmetic, simple things like adding up and taking away and dividing, etc. Now, arithmetic works really well in programming languages, and they've got lots of ways of doing it. We'll start off with a simple one using the print command. I'm going to say, take these numbers, 17, 27, 72, 77 and 17.17. Right, now what will happen here is Python will take all that maths, reading it from left to right, looking at all the signs and see what signs are here. Notice they're all plus signs initially, and it'll add them all up. And once it adds them all up, because I'm sending it through the print command, it should appear on the screen. So let's see what happens. So it says here the answer 210.17, lots of zeros and a 2. Right, so there's lots of stuff in there. Now that answer's, it looks okay, I suppose, when you quickly look at it. This piece here, right, I'm not really sure why the 2 appears. I've noticed this in Python, why does the 2 appear? But I'm not really interested in how many places to the right of the decimal point is here. I know it's 210.17, the other bit I'm not too sure about. But that's just Python. I think it's something to do with the way it's been coded. Maybe it's right and I'm wrong. What I want to do is, I want to see that same sum, but I'd like to see that same sum as a whole number. Now beforehand we used this idea of str, right, to send some numbers to the screen as text. I want to use this other thing instead called int. Right, int for integer, and this means take what you've got and convert it into an integer, which is a whole number. So I'm going to do this, int, and put the bracket around the sum to open it, and then a bracket at the end of the sum to close it. Right, so it's the same thing, but it'll be displayed differently. So there you go, 210. So it's taken 210.17, etc., and it's looked at it and went, okay, what is that as a whole integer number, a whole number? So it removes all the decimal stuff and makes it into a whole number. So that's not bad for doing a little bit of maths there. The next thing. Imagine you wanted to place a message around about this number or next to it. You can do the same line, so I'm going to copy that line. But I'm also going to add in this str idea. Right, now I want a message in, a nice little string of text at the front. The answer is, and I could do that and run it and watch it crash. There you go, there's an error. It's crashing because it's like earlier, it's looking for str, not int, to be displayed on the screen. So what I have to do is this. Now pay attention, because this might look strange, but this is right. I want this whole sum, including the bit when it turns into an integer, to become a string. So put in str, open bracket, and then close the bracket after there. There you go. Then save it and see what happens. So it says the answer is 210. So this might seem a bit strange. We're using this str command, right? But initially we start off with some basic maths, which comes up with a floating point answer. We use this int, which is to that bracket there. There you go. And that basically turns the floating point value into an integer value. And then str in its bracket, which is to there, takes all that and turns it into a string temporarily so we can see it on the screen. So it's quite powerful when you think about it. That's quite a powerful thing to do. The last little bit of arithmetic we'll do is we'll look at the various signs. We're not going to do every single sign. So I'm going to put a few signs in here with a multi-line comment. Signs and stuff. There you go. Now if you've ever done lots of maths before, you know that brackets are worked out first. It's this thing called bodmas or bidmas. People give it lots of different names. But the ones we're interested in, the fact is brackets. And if you see brackets, they tend to be worked out first, and it's always the inner brackets first. So look here. I'll just grab my mouse, which I've kind of lost. There's there. There's the inner brackets here, because they're inside all the rest of the brackets. So that set of brackets there gets done first. Next thing, to divide, it's that symbol. Right, so it's a slash, bottom left to top right. An asterisk or a star is multiply. And these are standard multiply, missed an L out. These are standard symbols you get. And of course that's probably add. And that takeaway is probably subtract. Right, there are other symbols we'll look at as we go along, but right now these are the basic ones we're going to use. So that's some symbols there for maths or arithmetic. I want to do another print command. I'll do quite a long one. 2 times 10 divided by 5 plus brackets 4 minus 2 close brackets. Let's see what happens with that. It says the answer is 6 or 6.0. If I wanted to, I could get rid of the points by simply using the int option to get rid of the decimal value, so it becomes an integer. The answer becomes 6 again. Right, very straightforward. Now let's examine this though. I'll take out the int stuff I just put in there just to make it easier to understand, and we'll look for see what's happening first. Look through this list here, look for brackets, look for inner brackets, so that means that there, put a wee space in there, happens first. What does that equal? That equals 2. Next thing, look through the list. We've got multiply, we've got divide and add. Based on the table above there in the multiplying comment, it looks like divides next, so it really is 10 divided by 5, which equals a 2. So it's not happening from left to right, it's happening in the order it should happen in. Other signs, we've got a multiply sign, the next thing to be done, so it'll be 2, and it's not 2 times 10, we've used that 10 up, it's now 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4. And then look for anything else we haven't done yet, and so far we haven't done the actual final add. Now look through it, from the left of the add sign, the answer really is 4, and then it's plus, and the answer to that was 2, which does give us a 6. So it does work, that really is 6. Okay, so it's not being worked out from left to right, it's not saying 2 times 10 give the answer, divide by 5 plus that, take away that. It's not that. You have to use the rules, and these are the basic rules we have to comply by. Now you'll only find you have to remember the rules once in a while. It just depends on how you write your code and how you work out your arithmetic as well.